Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. I am so delighted you're here with me today. Today we're going to be talking about how to step into your power and reclaim your wholeness. What does it mean to step into your power? I know that many of you, if you follow any spiritual sites or people, they always tell you, oh, you need to step into your power. But what does that actually mean? It means different things to different people. Stepping into your power is all about remembering who you are and trying to let go of the negative thoughts that keep you stuck, or getting yourself out of situations where you feel like you're stuck. The truth is, we are never really stuck. We always have control and ultimately can make decisions and have free will over our lives. We have been conditioned by our families, by society, to think that we have to behave in a certain way or do things a certain way. And that is what actually causes us to feel like we are stuck. The feeling of being stuck is really just an illusion, but I know you're probably sitting there thinking, going, no, but I really am stuck in this job I hate, or I'm stuck in this relationship that isn't fulfilling. You're not stuck. We have become so ingrained in our thinking that we feel like we have to have a certain job, and we feel like we have to be in certain relationships because we've done it for so long. And the truth is, that isn't true. We can get unstuck at any point in our lives. The main reason we feel stuck is because our mindset is not where it should be. We're so busy focusing on everything we don't like about our lives that we miss the really important things. We miss what's good in our lives. And so part of getting unstuck is about reclaiming your wholeness and coming back to a place of being centered. When we're not centered in our emotions and in our energy, our thoughts go all over the place. You entertain anywhere between 70,000 and 80,000 thoughts a day. Just thinking about that number is overwhelming. And many of those thoughts are negative in nature. So it makes sense that those thoughts overwhelm you. And we tend to abandon the place of where we seek clarity and we try to seek the truth in our thoughts, and we just go with the flow of our thoughts. And what happens is we go down that rabbit hole of negativity, which is why mindfulness and meditation and breathing exercises and all the things are so important. I think it's interesting because for quite a while, I've had a hard time sleeping at night. I'm restless. I just don't sleep well. And I saw a grief counselor with my sister because I wanted to help her find someone. And so I said, we'll do the session together. And then, from there we can do whatever we want. And it was such weight lifted off. It felt like a heavy burden being lifted to just be able to talk about it without feeling judged and without feeling like I was burdening anyone else, because this person's job is literally to sit and to listen and to help you. And I slept like a baby that night. And for many of us, that's one of the things that's happening. Your mind is becoming so cluttered with those negative thoughts. You're all over the place. So one of the ways that you need to reclaim your power is to come back to a place of being centered in your mind, body, and spirit. One of the greatest ways to do that is through meditation, but seeking a counselor or someone who can just listen is another great way. I actually thought about offering services where I just listen, just being an empathetic listener to people, because I think we need that so much. And there's so many people out there who have a stigma when it comes to counseling and they don't want to go to counseling. And I understand that, and that's fine. You need someone to talk to so that you can get all of the stuff out of your brain that's just floating around and cluttering that space. It's not allowing you to see clearly and to get clear guidance for your life. And I know that happens to me a lot. And I have to come back to a place of being centered. So if you don't have somebody that you can talk to, you can write about what you're feeling, but you need to get those thoughts down on paper, because once you get them down on paper, it's out of your head. It's no longer haunting you or lingering in your energy if you're able to get those thoughts out. And it's really important. Another reason it's important is because you can examine those thoughts. Many of those, I call them intrusive thoughts that we have, are not even real. They're not based in reality. They're based in fear, and they're surrounding things that are probably never going to happen. Yet we allow it to take over, because that is the natural state of our brain and our emotions. We allow those things to take over, and then it's like a runaway train, and you cannot stop it. It's speeding forward with such force. Wayne Dyer said, "A mind at peace, a mind centered and not focused on harming others, is stronger than any physical force in the universe." And he's so right. We have to get a hold of our thoughts and our emotions in order to keep them in check and to be balanced. So the first thing that I recommend you do in order to start taking back your power is to get yourself centered in mind, body, and spirit. Start by getting out those thoughts. You might want to keep a thought log or journal throughout the day. Either you write it as you think it, or at the end of the day, what were the most intrusive thoughts that came into your head that day? And write those things down. And then I want you to look at what you're writing down. Do you see a pattern happening? Is it about the same thing, or is it just the same type of thought? And then I want you to really examine the thought. Is it logical? Is it really going to happen? Like, is your thought based in reality? Or is this a fear that's now taken off, and a lot of people will say, oh, your imagination ran away with you. It's not your imagination. It's just that your brain tends to create these stories. And I think it does it as a way to keep us safe, but it's not really keeping us safe. That's the part that's keeping us stuck. So are your thoughts that are running away with you, are they based in reality, or are they irrational? And then I want you to rewrite those thoughts, because we have to flip the script. We have to have a distractor to come in when we catch ourselves with those thoughts and going down that road. We have to change it quickly. It takes very little time to start manifesting things into reality. So if we want to manifest good things into our reality, we have to stop those thoughts. So a distractor would be changing what it is that you're thinking. So when you look down at your thoughts from the day, what are you saying to yourself? Is it logical? Is it rational? And it's probably not. How are we going to change that thought? So if that thought was, I hate my body, we're going to change that to, my body moves me throughout the day and I'm so grateful for my body. We have to start changing the thoughts. So change it into something positive. Even if you don't believe it at first, you are going to start slowly shifting those thoughts and the patterns and the words. And when we start to do that, we do start to believe those things about ourselves. When I first started doing the work on self-love, I didn't believe those things about myself at first. And it wasn't until I started really doing the work that those things that I was saying suddenly just became a reality for me. I started thinking those things about myself. And you will get there. But you've got to be willing to be open to trying new things and to let go of the old things, because it's not serving you. What is making fun of yourself and putting yourself down doing to help you? And what is it doing to serve you? Nothing. You've got to be open and willing to change that. Even if I joke about myself like, I'm so klutzy, like a day later I'll end up tripping over something and almost killing myself. Well, I am seeing myself as this in my mind, and it's becoming a reality. It doesn't have to. I can change that to, I am so graceful and I move with grace and ease. And It sounds strange. I know you're going to say, whatever, me just saying I'm not a klutz isn't going to make me not a klutz. It actually does help. We call into being all of those things. We are the ones who create our reality, and we're so powerful. We're so very powerful, and we don't realize it. And that's what this reclaiming your power is all about. If you're not seeing the things you want to see in your life, it's because you're not believing those things are possible in your life. And we need to slowly begin taking back our power, because when you start to step into your power and you start to honor your feelings and express your self-love and express and understand that you are deserving of everything wonderful and good in this world, and that it can come to you because the universe is abundant and unlimited. When you start believing that about yourself, you're going to see your reality change. When you shift the inside, the outside shifts too. And that's what this reclaiming your power is all about. So first of all, begin being more mindful and present in your day and look at your thoughts. What are you saying to yourself? Now, how can we shift those? Then you need to center yourself. So you need to get rest. You need to maybe start eating a little healthier, drinking water, making sure that you are meditating or doing the breath work or doing your affirmations, because all of those things are going to help keep you centered. And that's where you're going to start getting the guidance from the universe. And you're going to see signs. Like last night, I had a very vivid dream, and it was the weirdest dream ever, but two things stuck out in that dream. And they were two animals that were in the dream. And so immediately I ran to my phone and I looked up. One was a skunk and one was a turtle. Yes, very weird, and it was a weird dream. But I knew I remembered those two parts of my dreams for a reason. So I rushed to my phone and I look up the definition. And the turtle was all about protection and rebirth. And I know I'm going through a huge shift in my life right now. And in fact, I saw a friend that I hadn't seen in a while who was on my podcast. I saw her yesterday and she hugged me and said, "Oh my gosh, you've totally shifted. You're in a new vibration. You've got amazing things coming in for you. I can feel it." So she noticed it and I know it. And this was all about protection and rebirth. And then the skunk in the dream was about also new things coming in, new projects, abundance, all of those things. I'm like, yeah, that's everything I'm calling in. So this is amazing. You will start getting signs that you're on the right path. You might see the angel numbers everywhere. You'll see 1111, 222, 444, 1010, 555. You see all of those things, and it's telling you that you're shifting in a positive way. You're on the right path, that changes are coming, and they're going to be big, happy changes. You have got to get yourself to a place of being centered. And I did a reading for TikTok and Instagram the other day, and the message was worry is wasteful. Reclaiming your power is all about letting go of worrying, because it doesn't do anything except take up space in your body, and it takes up your energy, and it doesn't change anything. The only thing it does is makes you miserable. So it's time to start letting go and trusting the universe more and getting more into the flow of things. As you honor your feelings, you express self-love, you do not deny yourself anything that you want, it's going to allow you to step into this amazing new power. And when you step into your power, you're going to realize there are going to be gifts that open up to you that you didn't even know you had. You may realize these talents, and you may start to suddenly understand what you're supposed to be doing in this world. But it starts with you understanding how powerful you are and stepping back into that. So I wanted to pull a couple of cards for you today. And the first card I pulled is be brave and step into your courage. And this is one of the things about taking back your power. Taking back your power is all about being courageous enough to, number one, look at yourself with truthful eyes and ask yourself, what is it that I want out of life? What do I want in this life? What do I want to see? And giving yourself permission to have it, because you deserve it and it is your birthright. And so many of us think we don't deserve things or we shouldn't ask for things, and that's totally false. You absolutely deserve and should ask for everything you want in life because the universe wants to bring it to you. So be brave and step into your courage. It takes a lot of courage to try something new and to trust in yourself. What makes you feel courageous? What are you wanting to try or do? Trust in yourself and ask yourself, what is the next step you can take? And the mantra that goes with this card is, I am brave, I am courageous, and I step fully into my power and trust myself. I love that. And what's funny is I pulled these cards, but I didn't read them at all. And it says, step into your power. The universe is always aligning messages for you. Step into your power is coming out so fully. And the next card, and it goes exactly along with what we were talking about, because in order to step into your power, you have to come back to a place of centeredness. And this card is breathe. Bring your breath to the lowest part of your stomach. Feel your stomach expand. When we breathe, we lower anxiety and stress levels and come back to the inflow feeling. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Just be present with yourself. The mantra that goes with this card is, I inhale love and I exhale peace. And you deserve to have peace in your life. So you need to do whatever you need to do in order for you to experience that inner peace, because you are worthy and deserving of it. And I think that it is interesting that there's a butterfly on this card. And I think nature is an important part of coming back to a place of center. I know it's getting cold where people are. It's getting cold here, at least where I am. And so sometimes going outside is not always pleasant. But if you can, and when you can, even if it's just looking through your window in your warm house, but looking out into nature, the fall colors are expanding right now. We have the yellows and the reds and the oranges, and it's beautiful. You need to take a moment to connect with nature, to connect with yourself, to connect with the universe, because we are all one. Honor your feelings. Pay attention to your thoughts. Try to corral those thoughts when they become out of whack, when they start becoming intrusive. You need to have your thoughts ready to go that you're going to replace those intrusive ones with, and understand that most of those thoughts do not become reality, and they won't if you don't let them. And instead, you're going to think of the things you really want to see in your life, and you're going to live every day and each moment enjoying your life and looking for things that bring you joy and peace and happiness, and doing self-care. And you're going to start paying attention to the signs that you receive, and you're going to start manifesting all the beautiful things that you deserve, because you do deserve them and they are coming in. But it's time to take back your power. It's time to admit what you really want in life. It's time to go for it and know that you deserve it. And it's time to focus on only the things you want to see happening, and to let go of the worry, because it's wasteful. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a beautiful week. As always, I am sending you so much love and light. Have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.